Buongiorno everyone, it's Trevor here, WM Movie Talk Podcast. Back in front of the DVDs, which means I'm here to talk about my DVD collection again. If you're an avid DVD collector as well, please do subscribe, comment, like. It'd be great to hear from you, sort of some back and forth basically with other DVD collectors. Today I'm going to talk about a different pile of DVDs. You've seen my shelves, I've shown you in other videos, but this week I'm going to talk about an untapped resource of DVDs. Now in the UK we get these, I don't know if you get them over in the States, but they're basically the little paper copies that they gave away with newspapers and different publications. I've got hundreds of them. Because they gave them away, when you go into a charity shop, they're not allowed to sell them. So they usually have them on the front desk, and you can just go through, have a look and take what you want, basically. I always leave a bit of a donation, pay a little bit extra if I'm getting more DVDs from the shelf as well, just out of courtesy. But I mean, there's some films in here that I wouldn't own if they wasn't giving them away. So I'm going to run through some of them now. Wim Wenders' Wings of Desire. Now, this hugely acclaimed multi-award winning movie won Best Directors at Cannes in 1987. It stars Bruno Ganz as an angel, basically, walking Berlin. It was remade years later as City of Angels with Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan, but this is the original version. It also stars Peter Falk at Columbo, and I think he plays himself in it, if I can remember. Have watched it a long time ago. Anyway, it's just one of them. Now, very often the papers would release a series of films, and here is a series they did of Michael Caine collection. Movies such as Quicksand, Shadowrun, Shiner, The Holcroft Covenant, A Shock to the System. I didn't realise I had that one, I just reviewed that the other week, watched it on Preview. Without a Clue, yeah, it's a really great film. Michael Caine plays Sherlock Holmes, but he's dim-witted against Ben Kingsley's Dr. Watson. He's the one with the clue, he's the one without a clue. Good comedy. And Educating Rita, not part of the same series, but I thought I'd throw it in there. A lot of Michael Caine stuff. Now, not a lot of people know this, but I'm not that big fan of Michael Caine. A lot of those sort of thrillers, he never turns a film down. Now, where's the integrity in that? You know? Calm down, Michael. Anyway. The Millionairess, Peter Sellers, Sophia Loren. You get a lot of old classics in there. You know, British classics such as Kind Hearts and Coronets, for Ealing comedy. Now, I love the old Ealing comedies. The Lady Killers is probably my favourite, and then this one. Kind Hearts and Coronets. It's all about a bloke. Dennis Price plays a character who learns that his mother was related to this rich family, and that she was ousted for having him, I think. But he basically comes up with this plan to kill all these aristocrats so that the money comes to him. And all the aristocrats of this family are played by none other than Alec Guinness. He plays all of them, men, women alike. Absolutely brilliant. Absolute gold. Comedy classic. Another comedy classic, Michael Palin, Maggie Smith, The Missionary. He plays a vicar, Palin plays a vicar who then goes on to become, sort of helps these prostitutes out, but starts running the brothel or something. I can't remember. I have watched this one as well. Great sort of 80s comedy. Much like the series he'd done, I think it might be an extended version of a series he used to do, which I can't remember the name of. Ripping Yarns. It might be just like an extended version of that. You often get the old horrors in there. Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2. I haven't watched either of those, so good luck. There's a whole assortment of films in there. Now, you can get timeless classics, and I mean real old classics. There's a lot of Alfred Hitchcock stuff in there. Alfred Hitchcock's The Man Who Knew Too Much, Spellbound, Notorious. Then you often find a lot of foreign films in there, like Closely Observed Trains, Letters to Brezhnev, Battleship Potemkin, which is one of those inspirational movies that a lot of directors have taken bits from. There's a scene in here where Brian De Palma based the stair scene in The Untouchables on. And then you get also films, you know, classic Moby Dick. Often find some kids films in there. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Now this is like the 70s version, and again a massive cast. Michael Crawford, Peter Sellers, Dudley Moore, Spike Milligan. Proper British film. The BFG, the animated version of the BFG, David Jason voicing the BFG. Santa Claus the movie. Look, Dudley Moore again. Flight of the Navigator, always a classic. Another classic Ealing film. Alec Guinness and Cecil Parker, The Man with the White Suit. If you've never watched any Ealing films, they are great stuff. Richard Attenborough in Brighton Rock. That's a good film. I've reviewed that on this channel, actually. There's a review for this. The Osterman Weekend. These are getting into war films now. Enigma. Sea of Sand. Too Late the Hero. Another Michael Caine movie. Daniel Craig. Sword of Honour. The sequel to Zulu. Zulu Dawn. My dad's favourite film. The Dam Busters. Return from the River Kwai. Double whammy here. The Cruel Sea and The First of the Few. And then another one of my dad's favourites. Ice Cold in Alex. But I mean, that's not all you get. Yes, another classic, The Big Sleep, Robert Mitchum. Then you also get sort of more contemporary films like To Die For, Nicole Kidman, Matt Dillon and Joaquin Phoenix. On the other side, The Eagle Has Landed, same disc. Super Size Me, Hammers Over the Anvil, Swimming with Sharks. Now that's a great film, all about executives in Hollywood, bastards, with Kevin Spacey. It's a good film. To Walk with Lions, sort of the sequel to Born Free, the continuation of the story of Born Free, the woman with the lions. This is a true story as well. The Last Emperor, Mike Leigh's High Hopes. Mike Nichols' The Graduate, Dustin Hoffman, classic film. Noble Son, quite a good lineup, I don't know what it's about. Alan Rickman, Brian Greenberg, Mary Steenburgen, Bill Pullman, Danny DeVito. Rogue Trader, the story of Nick Leeson with Ewan McGregor. Highlander, we all know that one. Gregory's Girl, another classic British comedy. What's Eating Gilbert's Grape? Or as Steve Coogan said, who's eating Gilbert's grape? Who cares? Give him another one. Brilliant film. Laz Hallström directs it. Juliette Lewis, Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio, absolutely amazing in this film. He must be in his early teens. Brilliant early performance. The heartbreaking Ring of Bright Water, about a man who befriends an otter. I remember watching this as a child and the ending absolutely destroyed me. Francis Coppola's The Cotton Club, starring Richard Gere. Michael Caine again. Omar Sharif and Peter Ustinov, Ashanti. Meryl Streep, Kurt Russell and Cher, Silkwood. A drama all about people working in a town where there's a nuclear leak. Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, Under Suspicion. The Motorcycle Diaries, that's really good, based on the journals of Che Guevara. Another double. The Little Shop of Horrors, the original version, Roger Corman, and then flip it over. Prizzy's Honour, also another Jack Nicholson film. Jack Nicholson, Kathleen Turner. A few David Lynch films now. Dune, David Lynch's Dune, which I never got on with, and David Lynch's The Elephant Man, which is amazing. Then Glengarry Glen Ross, Oliver Stone's Talk Radio, and Nicholas Roeg's Don't Look Now, one of the classic 70s horrors that I still haven't watched. So yeah, basically that's my look through my free DVDs. So yeah, it's definitely worth having a look if you go in the charity shops, or let me know in the comments below if you've got any of these. What are your favourites that you've got for free? It's absolutely amazing that we can get them. Some great films, as I said, and yeah, I love going through that every now and again, picking one out and watching some old classic film. Good Sunday afternoon sort of lounging films. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers.